Alright, so this isn't exactly the kind of content I wanted to make, but after having seen these two videos of Charlie going over AI content and especially how far it's come in the brief period of time, I kind of felt the need to talk about it, as I think it will have, I guess, arguably a negative impact on smaller content creators and people who just want to get into the space. Just future content creators also, I guess. I'm gonna try to stay on a degree of a right train of thought, but my mind likes to wander and I have no clue what I'm doing and I'm just not good at this. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I know it's not gonna look pretty. I'm not gonna edit it. I'm basically just gonna record it and have it uploaded. Um, but I just want to mention my thoughts on the matter. But arguably speaking, I think it's gonna be negative for anyone who wants to get into this space just because, well, aside from the fact that one, this looks realistic. Like, yeah, you can kind of tell it's fake because the dude has. I'm assuming he's supposed to be playing a game, but while the game's still going, you see his hands. And the same thing is for this one, where I don't know what frame it is, and I'm not gonna sit here trying to find the right frame. But I know he throws his hand. Don't need to see your beautiful face yet, Charlie. Um, I know he throws his hands up at some point, and you can continue to see the screen, the gameplay still move. How realistic this looks and stuff like that. Like, obviously there are going to be details. I don't see them here, and I'm not going to overanalyze to try to find it because I'm sure there's a frame where you can tell. But they're just indistinguishable, and anyone just looking to throw something on the background, or they're just not paying attention, or it's just like, oh hey, this is interesting, let's check this out, and they don't deep dive into it to see if it's AI or not, will watch it. And arguably it's going to pull from people who are actually trying to do stuff like this, or even though if this is kind of, low ball, this is still, people at least trying to put effort into it. But the main problem that I have is just a lot of small channel gurus will tell you that consistency is key, and they're not wrong. It is. Setting up an upload schedule, uploading once a day, twice a day, once a week, depending on whatever kind of content you're making, just having that consistent uploading to where you're still putting out content is going to help garner, your viewers, your following, your subscriber count. But the other factor, even though it's roughly the same in definition, I'd argue is frequency. You might be able to upload 2 videos a day, but someone who wants to utilize AI will be able to upload like 20 videos a day or even more than that, and that's what they'd probably do to start a channel. After that, you could dumb it back down to like one a day, basically make your entire week to a month's worth of videos and then just have them slowly drip out over the course of time. Then you'd only have to work like once a month. But arguably, I think that that would be what would eventually kill anyone trying to get into this space if they're not already pre-established. Like, obviously, Charlie will probably be fine for a good while with what his subscriber count is. Anyone with 50,000 plus will probably be fine for a good while. Obviously, you might be a little more threatened with 50K with this as it gets better, but anyone trying to get into it is going to get outpaced by this. Just with the sheer frequency that these could be put out. It takes you 2 hours to make one edited, good-looking video, and someone can do 10 of those in 5 minutes, if that, or at least in under an hour. And I don't think that that's going to be good for the space, and especially because they could do it for multiple different channels, different niches. If they want to do stuff like body cam footage, they can do body cam footage. If they want to do gameplay videos, they can do gameplay videos. If they want to do this, they can do a candy tier list video. And I don't know if there's going to be any travel videos, but they could do that too. Like, people can make multiple channels to fill in multiple niches and easily be able to sustain all of them through AI content. Excuse me. Um, and it's just a matter of just flooding the system, like algorithm, consistency, whatever. All they have to do is just pump out a bunch, and a handful of the 20 videos that they pump out, if they decide to go that route, will pick up views. They'd just be playing the odds. 1 in 10 at least. Like, I don't know how else to phrase it. Like I don't see it being possible that someone pumps out 20 videos in a specific time frame, or at least over the course of the day, and none of them get any views. I just don't see that being plausible. At least one of them would have to get views, and then someone would subsequently go down that channel's rabbit hole. But even then, I don't know how YouTube's algorithm works. I know for the most part, it typically goes off of what you've looked up in the past, what you're searching up, etc., etc. Like I don't have too many small channel guru channels pop up on my feed anymore because I haven't watched any in a few months. I don't really get specific games, specific style videos because I just don't look them up. Like there are plenty of massive YouTubers I've stumbled across and just been like, oh wow, they're that big, that have like several million subs, and I'm like, I've never heard of them before. Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTuber arguably on the planet, on the platform. I don't get his videos across my feed, but that's because I don't watch that style of content, I guess, or his content in general. Like the one time I probably had his videos cross my feed is when I was curious on what his subscriber count was, because I guess it was a time frame when he was in a, well, not him, but the community, I guess, was in another T-Series subscription bout. I think he won it. I don't know. I'd have to check, but I'm not going to. But arguably, I don't fully understand how, if you're not in a niche that someone's looking up, that you'd fall into that niche. Like, as much as an example as I can give is this video I pumped out earlier. Figured why not? I'll give a brief introduction, then an explanation on why I don't have the stuff, reasonings why I'm doing this, even as brief as it is. And I pumped this video out about 10 hours ago, probably 11 now at this point, and it hasn't crossed anybody's feed, period. Like, there's no. I've had, in terms of a few channels, oh, Jesus, I can't even keep a straight line right now, was uh, algorithm versus audience. Well, this was always shown like, oh, this is how many people saw your video, they just didn't click on it. Well, no one has seen this video, so I can't even make an argument of it being an audience because I don't have one. Like, obviously, if you have a bunch of subscribers, it helps because then it boosts at least the view number, which I think helps bolster this number. Even if it doesn't go up, it's still a good chance that this gets seen. I guess as a brief synopsis, because apparently my headset turned off while I was in the middle of recording my ending. Yeah, but needless to say, this hasn't gotten anywhere, and obviously can't blame the lack of an audience because there isn't one. But either way, AI easily just would drown out anything like this because it could pump out so much more, so much faster. That's highly edited, looks like it was under a good budget, and no one would be any the wiser because especially if they're not watching it or paying attention to the tiny details, which even eventually it'll cover them up. We just can't compete, especially in the frequency, because I could maybe pump out 2 decent videos, and decent is not exactly a strong word I'd use, in a day. AI can put out 10 to 100 times that in the similar time frame. Like, there's just not much any small creator trying to get into this space can do. Just because, arguably, the frequency. You can be as consistent as you want, but if a channel decides to flood out that specific niche with just multiple videos over time, it's just gonna drown anybody out. Arguably, it'd be like the early days of YouTube where someone wanted to do a playthrough. They'd record their 2-hour gaming session and pump out all of those videos in the span of however long it took to upload them based on internet speed. Which arguably did help get discoverability because someone would see, oh, part 5, alright, let me go check part 1, and if they liked it, they'd watch it all. But yeah, either way, all I can say is hopefully we'll figure something out, but until then, I do think we're cooked, unfortunately.